Hey everyone, I'm Lucy.
I'm Tamoor.
And we're here at Gamescom 2017, where Tam has just been playing Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Very excited. I got hands-on with the final character roster.
Okay.
And it was very good. I'm not surprised, but I'm relieved to say.
Okay, I was going to say, because you didn't sound like... There wasn't a lot of conviction there. You were like, it's very good?
There was a period, if you're a member of the Marvel or fighting game community, you'll know that Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite has had a tumultuous time.
Could we just talk about Chun-Li's face? Because I feel like that's the elephant in the room.
I can confirm is good. They've taken the criticism to heart. She no longer looks like half asleep lady. She is properly proportioned. They put some time into fixing her face and she looks like pretty kicking lady again now, as everyone knows and loves her. More importantly, the game overall looks much better than the last time I saw it. I mean, the last time I played it was an earlier build of the game, but like they said at the time, they're still working on it and they took into heart the criticism that they were getting. The criticism being that it wasn't popping in the same way that the other Marvel games have, especially Marvel vs. Capcom 3, that was very vibrant. This time I played it and they had a few more stages there. They had I can't remember the names because they're mashups of Capcom and Marvel worlds. So like Asgard is mashed up with the city from Mega Man and that kind of stuff. So they have weird names and I'm bound to get them wrong if I try. But they all really look nice. The one that was my favorite was one with MODOK in the background, giant MODOK. And you're fighting in front of him and he's getting a bit aggravated in the background, which is really cool. But it looks sharp. It's one of those games that I find it looks a lot better in motion than it does in screenshots.
Yeah.
Because it's very over the top and vibrant and kind of bombastic, and you only really get a feel for that when you're watching it. Part of its visual kind of selling point is overwhelming you with colors and effects and sounds and that kind of stuff. So there is a lot of that there. So I got hands-on with the final character roster. I was playing I played as Ryu, I played as Jeddah, who's new, I played some Spider-Man. I played some Chun-Li as well. I was playing against Peter Rojas, who's a combo fiend, a well-known Marvel vs. Capcom player.
This is Tam making excuses.
I'm making excuses. I'm player one in all this footage, and I was doing the simple combos, and when we started, I told Peter not to go easy, and he absolutely did not go easy on me. He clearly dropped some combos on purpose to give me some time to kind of hit a button, but he demolished me. I got to use a few of the Power Stones, Infinity Stones, just making a Capcom reference there, fine, for the fans out there. And I found very quickly, as they kind of were selling it, it's a very open mechanical system. It's very open to creativity and coming up with interesting strategies depending on your character pick and your stone pick. So he was doing a lot of cross-unders, and he was doing links, and he was doing a lot of manipulating the stones in a way that I didn't expect, to do things like take characters that are slow or have limited range and kind of break those barriers and move across the screen back and forth in a really unexpected way.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm a very average player, but once it gets into the hands of the professionals, I can't wait to see how they kind of bend and pull out the systems to figure out the kind of upper limits of it. Marvel vs. Capcom is always fun to watch at EVO because you can't understand most things that's going on. And I feel like this is going to be even crazier.
Yeah.
It got to the point with Marvel vs. Capcom 3 that the same teams, the same strategies were kind of being used. So commentating was a bit weird. But now I feel like the commentators for these professional matches are also going to be having a great time because everyone approaches each character differently now thanks to the stones and the kind of the makeup of your team, the 2 versus 2 system. So it's going to be a really good game to watch as well as to play. Okay. It's got the simple commands so anyone can play. And
I was going to ask, because I'm not a big fighting game player.
Yeah.
If you plonked me in front of it, how would I get on?
That's what I think they focused on that quite a bit because obviously you have these characters that are now more popular than ever.
I was going to say, with the MCU being the juggernaut that it is, it's understandable that they would want to make that more accessible for people who are interested in the game based purely on those characters.
I feel confident in saying that if you just see the cover and you see Spider-Man there, you see Ghost Rider or anyone else that you're familiar with on screen, and you feel I'm going to play this, you'll have a good time because they have inbuilt commands where you just press the same button over and over again and it looks like you're doing something incredibly cool. But the people who know what they're doing will say, oh, if I stop pressing it here and then do this motion, this motion, this motion, call this character in, that's when it becomes complicated, and that is where all the depth is. So I feel confident at this stage in saying there's plenty of depth in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and I feel like it's going to be a game that people really dig into and figure out the idiosyncrasies and the intricacies of how the mechanics fit together to create really like over-the-top, really cool battle styles. So yeah, I'm looking forward to really sitting down with it and playing way more, and when it comes out later on this year, and I reckon the community is going to have a much better time than they might have thought initially.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my opinion on Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I'm excited now.
Yeah,
I'm excited about it now. I was a little tentative going into it, especially given the kind of like drama it's been surrounding it, but I feel good now. My voice is cracking. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. Well, for more from this year's Gamescom, make sure you keep your eyes peeled to youtube.com/GameSpot and of course GameSpot.com.
It's Marvel, baby.